let's see, that way, that's fine.
Which leg?
What's gonna be the best brick?
I can move over there.
How about we're gonna do this leg, because we're gonna be on this side. So what's gonna happen here is, I've done the assessment, and we've actually done an amazing job of taking the boots off already. Let's get this off, okay? And again, I'm gonna cut this sock from here to here and do CMS, right? So I'm not having to constantly take it on and off. For right now, I'm just gonna take it off because I wanna see CMS, right? Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Can you wiggle your toes? Awesome, okay. We've identified a mid-shaft femur. I've cut this and I've gone to skin. I see some discoloration and we know what we're gonna do. Vlad comes on scene and I'm gonna have him stabilize, all right? So Vlad's gonna get in here and this is the most personal of things we're doing.
How you doing, man?
All right? He's in his business. That's just the way it is. All right, so we're gonna go through this real quick. The first piece is an ankle hitch. All right? Vlad, you can come up for a second because I'm gonna describe it. Okay, just like on the backboard straps, get this thing all ready before you go put it on, which means you pull the green strap all the way to its stop, and you pull the red strap to its stop. So it's gonna look like that. Red is up, green is up. And what this is gonna do, it's got a little bit of cushion here, padding, and I will have, Vlad is it now stabilizing, go ahead and stabilize. And I'm gonna work it underneath, and again, carpet and Velcro. Stinks, but really terrible. Okay, I'm just above the ankle bones, and I want this thing secure so it's not sliding down. All right? So first step is secure just above the ankle bones. It's going to start pulling on the ankle, protrude the bones. The other step of point of emphasis is the two straps are equal on the side. So if it's a big leg, it's going to be closer to the bottom of his foot. But they need to be equal so we're not pulling it crooked. So they're on either side. Now I pull the green strap. Green is the first one. So it goes green, yellow, red. That's how you're going to think about it. Now I've got this thing tight on his foot. Doesn't have to be super tight, but that's it. The second point. This is going to go on the hip. Same thing. Let's make sure we got enough before we start jacking it around. This is where, let me show you what it looks like so you know where we're headed. This little tent pole contraption. Okay? Yeah, you can. This is where we're going. This is where we're going with this thing. We're gonna size it, and I'll show you that in a second. This receiver is gonna go on here, and in such a way that the buttons are against the skin, not this way. Because if it's this way, you're gonna have a big gap. So we want this part against the skin. It's gonna lay flat. Does everyone see that? You'll notice it when you get them, because it's a little bit of distance.
I have to.
But it's gonna lay like this against his hip, not like that. Okay, so the second thing we're gonna do then, Vlad, we're gonna slide this thing up there, so he's stabilizing. The knee is always a great point of entry on pretty much all of this. And I'm getting this place, I'm gonna want it like this on his hip. So I'm gonna feed it underneath the knee. Vlad, I'm gonna come here and like this. And then we're probably gonna have to switch. Now he's not doing any traction. He's stabilizing while we're manipulating, so he can let go at this moment. So Vlad, let's switch. This is perfectly fine. Now we got a little bit more room. I'm gonna slide this up, okay? Right into his business. How is that? You gotta move anything around? We're good?
Try and adjust.
All right, okay. And this thing, try to get it, it's twisting on me, there we go. Try to get it untwisted, all right? And then I'm snapping, this is gonna be halfway down, right? And we want it up here on the hip, but I want it halfway between the leg. I don't want it on the bottom, on his butt. I don't want it up here, I want it right alongside. Okay? And we're gonna do a wiggle it in there, a little bit of push-pull. Okay? I don't have to snug this up super tight yet because I'm gonna wanna get it in position in a little bit. Okay, I've got 3 more pieces of equipment here. I've got our tent pole contraption, and I got 2 other straps. This got a strap built in, and I got 2 others. They're gonna be different sizes. Some will be color coded, red, green, yellow, but one's gonna be for the upper leg, one's gonna be for the lower leg. So I'm gonna put those down there. I'm gonna size this on the good leg, right? Why, they're both the same. Well, for one thing, Vlad's in the way. The other thing is this leg is probably an inch shorter, right? You're gonna size it, and then you're gonna come up with, it's gonna be 1 pull down. Just almost guaranteed. Very few people are tall enough to need the whole thing, and a kid might need that, all right? The ideal, what we're looking for is a solid segment past the end of the foot. We don't want 2 segments. We don't want to be, it's better to be long, because if we start pulling a little bit of traction and we run out of distance, that's the one thing that is, just don't do that. Because we don't want to halfway pull traction and then have to take this thing off and redo it, right? So if you want it, if it's better, then go a little bit longer. And I'm going to show you how to fine tune it. But like I said, I'm going to probably assume it's 1 and then measure my assumption. So it's right up here by his hip. And see, if I go 2, it's tempting to go 2, but look, not going to happen. All right? Okay, Vlad, you good? Mm-hmm. All right, let's do this. I am going to, this is going to be a part that's going to go on the foot. This is going to go into that receiver on his hip. I'm going to kind of slide this in here. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, while the device is not in the way, I'm going to slide this and get it in position. The Velcro, just take, because our color code is all black, just get okay, that's the way it works. Okay, it's not this way. Don't lay it out like this and then it doesn't work. So figure out which way it works. This is going to be the upper leg. Vlad, I'm going to come in here, and he's going to, again, carpet. It sucks, okay? And I'm gonna slide it up in place, and I'm just gonna leave it there, okay? Just, every time, just get in the habit. This is the way it works? Okay, cool. This, do here, okay? And then get it past the Velcro, and then it'll slide down. Okay, and it's just in place. Now, Vlad, I think you're gonna have to switch one more time. And we are going to thread this thing down here. And I'm going to put it in here. Okay? Stay right there. A little bit of a dance, right? Okay. Right away, look how long this is. What am I going to do? I'm feeding this into the yellow. So it's green. When I pulled the thing tight, yellow for the feeding it in. This is so wicked long. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to let this out. Okay, we're gonna go up here. And that's actually where we want it anyways. We want it at the belt. Now look at where it's at. What do we got? Are we closer to that 1 segment? Well, kind of got short legs there, right?
Yeah,
That's all right, we'll lengthen this one out for you.
to walk fast.
Okay, you have to walk fast?
To move twice as fast.
Okay, all right. Now we're in place. Here we go.
With middle?
You can stay right there.
Middle strap?
Oh shit, okay. Can see it. Most important, middle strap. So, again, figuring out it's gonna Velcro like this. You guys can't see, but it's the same thing I did in the other one. The tail is gonna go underneath in this case. I'm gonna come up to the knee. I'm going under the knee on all these when I'm feeding them through. There's a nice cavity, okay? There, and it's gonna go more or less over the kneecap. These are nice, soft straps. So the kneecap is right there. What this is doing is holding the pole in so it doesn't blow out. It's not, that's the only surface. It's not stabilizing anything in its own. Okay, now Vlad, I'm gonna start pulling traction. Chris, I'm gonna start pulling some tension on your leg. You're gonna hopefully notice that it might start to feel better. Let me know if you feel any relief. I'm pulling, and I am push-pull, okay? Pushing this end,
That feels better.
that feels better. It's probably about 20 pounds, right? Okay, Vlad, you can come up. We're gonna finish with, you wanna get that strap?
Yep.
Don't get it over the injury if you can avoid it, but these are nice and wide.
I can go much higher than this one.
Yeah, that's
Keep it
fine.
here.
That's why they're wide. And then this one here. All right. Hey, Chris, can you feel that?
I can.
Cool. Can you wiggle your toes? Awesome. All right. Then this patient's gonna go on a backboard.
Oh no.
The reason for that is we stabilize above and below the injury. So we need to stabilize the hips. The only way we're stabilizing the hip joint is on a backboard. Okay. Any questions? That's a lot.
Yeah. Could you describe how the tension works in the hip? It confused me that you loosened the hip strap, but how is it pulling